Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen is undeniably one of the most captivating characters in the world of comic books. This scientist who ascended to godhood after a radiation accident has sparked countless discussions since the iconic comics' release in 1986. There are numerous inquiries surrounding Dr. Manhattan, but one in particular has caught my attention, and I am here to delve into it through this video. Specifically, the question that keeps resonating with the fans is the extent of Dr. Manhattan's true power. Let's explore this together. What are Dr. Manhattan's powers? Before diving into the specifics, let's delve into Dr. Manhattan's powers in this section. Let's kick things off with a comprehensive list. Near omnipotence, near omniscience, omnipresence, omniscience, reality manipulation, genius-level intellect, subatomic perception and control, disintegration, chronokinesis, time manipulation, cosmic awareness, limited, shape-shifting, flight and levitation, invulnerability, self-regeneration, self-sustenance, intangibility, size alteration, telekinesis, teleportation, dimensional travel, precognition, clairvoyance, self-duplication, superhuman strength and senses, immortality, energy projection, and manipulation of matter and energy. Pursuing this list might leave you in awe of the impression of array of powers. However, it doesn't provide much insight beyond confirming that Dr. Manhattan possesses godlike abilities. Despite being classified as a metahuman, he's not akin to DC Comics' The Presence of Marvel's The One Above All, but he wields all of their powers and seemingly even more, establishing him as an immensely potent entity. Some may even argue that his power borders on the absurdly overwhelming. Now the question lingers. What exactly can this enigmatic non-god god do? There are those who might dub Mr. Manhattan as overrated, asserting that he lacks true power, wouldn't engage in direct combat, and so forth. However, the reality is quite opposite. Dr. Manhattan indeed possesses remarkable power, and while it might not entirely surpass that of actual deities, it resides firmly on the same plane. It's crucial to emphasize that this presents a new facade of the DC universe, marking a positive evolution from Dr. Manhattan's initial incarnation. The Dr. Manhattan of the pre-Doomsday Clock era, while overpowered, was confined by the laws of physics, determination, and his own omniscience. However, his powers experienced an exponential surge following the merger of the Watchmen and DC universes. Dr. Manhattan transcended these constraints through reality-altering capabilities, the acquisition of free will, and the ability to intervene. This character underwent an evolution, and with that transformation, his powers expanded in the realms of the incomprehensible. Does Dr. Manhattan have a weakness? The eternal question surrounding Dr. Manhattan revolves around his vulnerabilities, or rather his apparent lack of them. As far as our gathered knowledge goes, it appears that he possesses no discernible weaknesses. No known element or force is documented to be capable of harming or terminating him. His intangibility, coupled with his exceptional regenerative abilities, likely attributed to his existence as a being of pure energy, align with the fundamental principle that energy persists and merely transforms. Consequently, he stands impervious to destruction. Even in the hypothetical scenario where he is wiped from existence, Dr. Manhattan could seemingly return, thanks to his nature as an entity of unaltered energy. Furthermore, his mastery over time and space makes him exceedingly challenging to envision any entity, even a deity, capable of eliminating him without altering the very bedrock laws of nature. Based on our knowledge of comic book deities, even they are seemingly incapable of such profound manipulation. The frequently cited argument claiming Dr. Manhattan's passivity as a weakness, suggesting he wouldn't resist an attack, and therefore anyone could defeat him, is fundamentally hypothetical and logically flawed, to the point of making little sense. The assumption that Dr. Manhattan would engage in combat is grounded in his deterministic nature pre-Doomsday Clock. However, he has repeatedly demonstrated considerable agency when circumstances necessitated it, as seen in his interventions within the DC Comics timeline and his involvement in the demise of Pandora. Therefore, supposing that he would idly stand by, especially with the knowledge that he might face permanent annihilation, is simply unfounded. This theory appears to be a speculative notion unsupported by any canonical source. Furthermore, the inference that Dr. Manhattan, while he may choose not to fight, lacks the capability to do so, contradicts his extensive array of powers. Thus, this argument appears inherently flawed. Can Dr. Manhattan be killed? Does he die? This is likewise a lingering question when Dr. Manhattan is concerned, so I'll try to answer it for you based on what we know from the comic books. Based on our current knowledge, it appears that Dr. Manhattan is virtually invulnerable. As a being of energy with extraordinary regenerative abilities, even if he were somehow destroyed, he would regenerate from an alternative form of energy and reconstruct himself. Consequently, it seems that Dr. Manhattan is impervious to harm from external sources. However, there is an intriguing exception. He might be capable of self-termination. In the storyline presented in Doomsday Clock, Dr. Manhattan appears to meet his end. This unique circumstance arises from Dr. Manhattan's decision to embrace his humanistic side once more, influenced by Superman's example, and travel back in time to alter the timeline, ultimately preventing his own creation. This paradoxical act raises questions about the true finality of his death. Dr. Manhattan's level of power is so immense that the sole entity capable of bringing about his own demise is Dr. Manhattan himself. This was a result of his own exercise of free will, and if anyone else had attempted it, it's highly likely that Dr. Manhattan would have intervened and prevented it. This circumstance presents an intriguing solution to the omnipotence paradox, a classic philosophical question. Can God create a stone so heavy that even he could not lift it? Notably, neither the presence in DC Comics nor the one above all in Marvel have exhibited the capability to create entities or forces more powerful than themselves. In stark contrast, Dr. Manhattan has demonstrated the capacity to create something surpassing his own power, and that entity is none other than himself. Is Dr. Manhattan the most powerful comic book character ever? Dr. Manhattan is not only the most powerful comic book character, but the most powerful fictional character ever created. What do you think about the extent of Dr. Manhattan's powers? Have anything to add? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below.